Are you lacking a little bit of energy? Do you need a little bit of a boost? Or maybe you just want a tasty beverage? I got you covered. Introducing G Fuel, a sugar-free formula with loads of different flavors to choose from that'll give you a boost. These are a couple of the flavors out of the many that I really like. Now, G Fuel also has a non-caffeine line called Hydration, and these are absolute bangers containing a lot of electrolytes and vitamins. By using code SALT, you can get 20% off your purchase right now. Link in the description of the video. If you miss the salt, it's not my fault. What's up, YouTube? For today's video, we're going to be looking at the worst Generation 9 shiny Pokemon. Last week, I did the best ones, so I thought it'd only be right to do the worst ones. So I looked long and hard at the worst shinies of Generation 9, and I picked 6 of them out, and I put them onto one team. I've got 3 battles today with the worst shiny team for Gen 9, and I hope you enjoy. If there's a Pokemon you feel like you didn't see on this team, or maybe you agree with me, let me know in the comment section what you think are the worst Generation 9 shinies. Alright, we've got Tauros as my first Pokemon here. Of course, it hardly ever changes at all, even when it is a shiny, which can make it quite difficult to shiny hunt as well. So we've got a Spidops leader. Spidops is going to go for a Circle Throw, and that, unfortunately, is going to miss. Now, this is a special Tauros. It is absolutely horrible, which is exactly why I wanted to use it. So we got Hydro Pump, Terra Blast, yeah, and that's about it for his special attacking moves, Substitute and Protect. So I've got the ability Cudchew, and what that does is quite a cool ability. So if this Pokemon eats a berry, it will eat that berry again at the end of the next turn, which is really cool. So I thought I could do some shenanigans with the Staff Berry. It worked out sometimes, and other times it absolutely did not work out. So in comes our Bolivia here. It's going to go for its little Sea Power, and it's going to go for a Swift. Swift is actually going to hit pretty hard. You're probably never ever going to hear anyone say that ever, but it actually faded my sub. Now, there wasn't much I could really do here, and I'm thinking to myself, I may as well swap into another Pokemon. It's probably not the right time to sack off the Tauros just yet, you know. So swapping out that Tauros and going into Goldingo. So obviously this shiny hasn't been released. I was thinking about doing some little pretend sparkles there, but yeah, its shiny does not change hardly at all either. So it's probably one of the worst ones. I wish they could have made its chest change like a lot of color, or its belt, but yeah, hardly any change to it whatsoever there. So anyway, I can't do a lot here. I've got a classic Steel Beam Rest Sleep Tuxedo. I thought I could make use of its great special attack and this bit of a mean moveset. So firing off that Steel Beam there, Spidops is going to get absolutely annihilated in one shot. This is a random battle on the Poker Portal too. So if this person I'm battling ever sees this, let me know about it in the comment section. I always like to hear if I do battle someone in a video that I feature. So next Pokemon is going to be the Hormuz. So I'm thinking, okay, they'll probably use Revival Blessing. I'm just going to go ahead and go for Steel Beam. They went for a dig and Steel Beam missed, and that means, it's still obviously is going to land. Well, not land, it's going to miss and do recall damage to me. So that's the end of Goldingo. That was really mean. Next Pokemon is going to be Baxcalibur. This Pokemon hardly changes at all, so I put it on this team as one of the worst shiny. This is like probably number 6 spot there. There were a couple, I almost had to flip a coin at a couple of shinies there that I thought could fall into this category. So Dig is obviously going to do nothing at all, and this Baxcalibur, let me tell you what this set is. This is a special sweeping set in the snow. Now, we got Modest Nature, Max Speed, Max Special Attack, Leftovers as the item, and Ice Body as the ability, which works really nicely with Snowscape. You can get like double forms of recovery. We got Blizzard for 100% accuracy there. We got Dragon Pulse as a Dragon type move, and we got Terra Blast for Terra Steel. So here comes Mabistiff here. Mabistiff is going to take a stiff Blizzard to the face there twice, and that is going to be enough to take it out. Now, I don't know whether these are random nicknames that my opponent has here or it means something. Also, this is a battle against Oscar too, if I forgot to say the trainer's name at the start there. So we've got the next Pokemon coming out here. It's going to be Olivia, and it's going to go for a Terra Normal. So I'm like, are they going to use Terra Normal Swift here? Now, this is probably the first time I've seen Terra Normal Swift, so I was a little bit scared. So I'm going to go for the Blizzard here, hoping for a freeze axe. Quality damage there. Seed Sower is going to be put onto the field again. So I'm thinking about maybe I should be able to live one Terra Swift here, and it's going to be having a Citrus Berry. So it's got Citrus Berry and Seed Sower, so lots of recovery. And then they popped a Mirror Coat. What is this set? Swift and Mirror Coat. I think this person may have watched a couple of PIMPNITE videos in their time. So I can go for one more attacking move here, which is going to be Blizzard, but, you know, I don't think it's going to be enough to take this out unless I get, like, a lucky critical hit or freeze axe. So there was a recovery all round here. Obviously, the Olive is going to be able to live this one, and it's going to go for a Terra Swift here. So that's going to be the end of my Baxcalibur. Very, very swiftly there by my Baxcalibur. You know, pretty good performance there. So I've lost my gold dang on my Baxcalibur, and the snow is going to stop here too. So it's got a little bit of recovery. I'm going to bring in my Mosshold. So Mosshold, I believe, it doesn't really hardly change at all. You can pretty much just see the little clothes on it just lightly. It's like a light brown color, but man, that's not... At least make them black or white. That would look really cool. Actually, it might have been look like it's like walking into prison. But anyway, they could have done something a little bit different to that. So I think that's why I put this on my team. I was thinking, yeah, they could have made some sort of different change there. Maybe, I know there's probably some people that like this, but I feel they could have changed it a little bit more. So we got a PIMPNITE special here. We got Normal Gem, we got Pound all around, we got Technician, and we've got Terra Normal all at the same time. And that is going to be the end of the Bolivia. So that's a good KO there. I really had to pay them back there for that Swift KO. I was getting a little bit salty. So this moveset actually hits fairly hard. I know it's got Pound, but after an attack boost there, it actually hits reasonably hard. So we've got Pound, Aerial Waste, Bite, and Tidy Up. The reason I put Pound on there was just purely for jokes. I didn't want to use his main attacking move there because it was just simply too easy to use. So we got Freddy coming here. Freddy's going to take a pretty hard bite to the face, and it's going to be going for a Willow Miss. And Willow Miss does not miss, and it's going to burn my Mousehole there. So I can't do much at all now. Bite's going to be doing, you know, very small amounts of damage. This is obviously a Technician set, as I mentioned before. Max Speed. I gave it Adamant Nature this time for a little bit more, oomph. And we've got pretty powerful Pokemon there. So Pawmot's going to come back in. I'm going to go for Pound, but it's really not doing hardly any damage at all. Now, this is going to give my opponent a chance to go for Revival Blessing. So they've got the item as Leopard Berry too, so that means they can use the Revival Blessing twice and bring back 2 Pokemon. Now, since there was only 3 Pokemon fainted, I knew that it probably... I thought it might be Bolivia and Mabistiff, but it was Spidops. I mean, Spidops didn't get to do anything at all. It missed, like, both its moves there, so they brought the poor thing back. And now the second Pokemon to get brought back is going to be the Mabistiff. So now suddenly I've only taken 1 Pokemon out. I've got to get rid of this this Pokemon right here. They're going to go for the close combat. That is the end of Mousehole. So this is very, very bad. I've lost half my team already, and I've really only taken out 1 Pokemon after all those, Revival Blessings. Now, people have been asking me, I'm going to do a Revival Blessing team. It is going to happen. It is on the to-do list, all right? All right, next Pokemon's going to be a Tauros. I'm going to go for that Hydro Pump, and that is enough to take out Pam, which is awesome. I don't know why they called it Pam for. So that's 2 Pokemon down. This is like deja vu, right? Next Pokemon's going to be Mabistiff. It's like, I'm facing some pretty stiff competition here. I need to make sure I can get that Substitute and Staff Berry to work. So with the Staff Berry, it is an item you need to have on a low amount of health there. So I've got the Staff Berry activating at 1/4 or less health. So I need to use Substitute, and my opponent is obviously breaking my sub every single time. So that's good. I'm just going to keep doing Substitute until I can get that Staff Berry. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm trying to hope for a special attack boost with the Staff Berry. It randomly raises a stat by 2. So I want to roll 1 special attack boost because there's literally no way else to give Tauros a special attack boost. And with that mighty 30 base and special attack, I know it's really high, but I would appreciate a boost there. So here comes the first Staff Berry boost there, and I got a special attack rise. You wouldn't read about it, so that was perfect. Now, I wasn't ending it there. I wanted to make sure I could maybe try and get another boost after this. Now, I did mention before this one was, if I didn't, it was Modest Nature, Max Speed. So with that Staff Berry, it actually had a chance at taking out, I don't know, maybe a ground type Pokemon with Hydro Pump. So go for protection here, hoping I can, get that Staff Berry boost. Imagine if I could get another Staff Berry in special attack. That would actually make it quite a fierce special attacker. So Kachu's going to activate, and guess what?
I got a nice fat defense boost. I was like, okay, let's finish it off a Hydro Pump, and Hydro Pump misses. Come on. So that's the end of my Taurus. The poor thing, it got what it wanted, but then when it counted, it missed Hydro Miss. So there you go. That's the end of that. So I'm starting to get a little bit salty. Like there's still like 4 more Pokemon left. So I'm gonna go into Scarlet. Now this is probably one of the better sets in my team. We've got, well, this pretends Astonish, isn't it? We've got Astonish and Bitter Blade. So this is like a flinching set with Weakness Policy and Weak Armor. Let me bring up that build here. So we got Max Attack and Max Speed, Adam and Nature, Astonish, Bitter Blade, Sword Dance, and Endure. Weak Armor as the ability and Weakness Policy as the item. So I'm trying to get a Weakness Policy boost and flinch the opponent with the mighty Terra Ghost Astonish. So out comes, well, we got like a little rivalry match up here from Armorogue and Scarlet. Going for the Astonish here. I love how Astonish animation is like you disrespect by like turning away. And I got the flinch. It's got a 30% chance of flinch, which is really, really cool. And they've got a Quick Claw. You wouldn't read about it. Here comes the Psychic Terrain. I'm like, oh, Expanding Force is most definitely coming my way the next turn. All I can do is try and take this thing out. So go for the Astonish again. That's my last resort there. I got another flinch there, and that was the end of the Armorogue, which is awesome. So I got 2 flinches exactly when I needed to, which is incredible. I think I may have cut the battle a little bit shy there, but it was a flinch. So next Pokemon is going to be Skeledirge. Skeledirge comes in. I've taken out with Astonish as well. This is an astonishing finish, people. I actually got a critical hit there, and I want to say that one mattered too, because, you know, Skeledirge is kind of bulky. Next Pokemon is the Spidops. Poor Spidops got brought back only to get a Bitter Blade straight to the face there, and that is the end of the very first battle. I had to take out 8 Pokemon then. That wasn't very nice. Thank you, Oscar, for the battle, whoever you are. I enjoyed your team. Oh, look at that Hatterene little picture there. I don't know if that was a like theme team or anything like that. But anyway, let's go on to battle number 2. This is a battle against Twisted. I believe this one was on stream. And we have a Breloom lead here. So my first Pokemon is going to be Tauros. Now, this isn't exactly what you call the greatest matchup in the history of Pokemon. So what I'm going to do, I think they're going to go for Spore. And I'm going to throw the substitute up. So they go for the predictable Spore, which is great. This is going to give me a chance to at least go for a Terra Blast, so I can do some damage here. Normal Terra Blast isn't really going to be hitting, you know, too hard. Now, I did have an idea about giving this Terra Fighting, but I thought about it, and actually, I'll be honest, I forgot about changing it to Fighting, and then I did battles with it, and yeah, that's how it went. So I wanted to give it a Fighting move, but it doesn't get any special ones at all. I was hoping it would get Focus Miss, but it didn't even get that, so I was very sad. So anyway, we've got a Bullet Seed Breloom, which is going to easily counter my Tauros, and that's the end of Tauros. So not much I could have done there. So Scarlet is going to be my next pick here. I've got Bitter Blade all ready to go. I was thinking maybe I should go for Sword Dance on the swap out. I decide, no, let's just go for Bitter Blade. They may stay in. So Slowbro's going to come in, which is nice swap in for my Scarlet. Bitter Blade's going to do hardly any damage here at all. Now, I could go for Sword Dance or I could swap. I was like, you know what? I'm going to go for Sword Dance. What's this Slowbro going to do to me? So I've got +2, and now it's going to go for an Iron Defense. Like, oh, I see. So they're going to make like a stalling set. I was thinking this might have slack off, so I was like, let's see if we can get some flinches happening here. So Astonish does like astonishing amount of damage here to the Slowbro. Slowbro, unfortunately, is not going to get flinch, and it's going to get like a defensive boost number 2 there. So I'm still doing pretty good damage at this point, and it's going to be a Stored Power set. So Stored Power gets a critical hit on Scarlet there, and now I can go for Astonish. Hopefully this will be enough to get a flinch. I was really hoping, and it didn't happen, and then they swapped it out after that flinch, which was really, really good. I keep cutting the flinches too short. I'm sorry about that, people. It's difficult when you're going to manually cut the battle down every single time. I really wish they bring the Versatile Recorder back into the game. Anyway, Meowth's going to slide in there and finish me off with a bite. It happened. So that's the end of Scarlet, and now I'm going to bring in the Morsalt. So Morsalt, as you know, it's the Power Normal Gem set, and we got a Terra Meowth here. So I was thinking, all right, Terra Meowth. This is probably going to be a normal type move, but, you know, what sort of move is it going to be? Meowth, you probably don't get to see too often either. I don't think I have to redo my Meowth team. I've done all the Meowth forms because we didn't really, get any. So going for a tidy up here, I thought, you know what? I'm going to get that boost up against the Meowth. I feel like I can live whatever move Meowth uses against me. So it's going to be going for a Fury Swipes. Now, I'm not 100% sure if this Meowth was a loaded dice set, or they just, rolled the lucky amount of turns there on Fury Swipes, landing all 5 of them. That did a lot of damage too. So now they're going to swap their Meowth out, and they're going to bring in the Slowbro. On this turn, I actually went for a Pound, And we got the pounds, we got the normal gem, and the tidy up all at the same time. Slowbro is not going to stand a ghost of a chance there. So that's the end of the Slowbro. Actually, that wasn't Regenerator either. So next Pokemon to come in is going to be Meowth. Now, this was a really obvious play. I knew they were going to go for a fake out here, so I swapped out the Morcel. I was like, well, I'll just go into Goldengo because I know that's a ghost type, and I'll be able to get a nice, easy free swap in. So I already know this has Bite. It's got Fake Out. It's got Furious Swipe. So Meowth commonly have those sort of moves there. So Bite does a good amount of damage to Goldengo. Now I can go for a Steel Beam here. Now, the idea of this Goldengo set, it's a Galaxy Brain set. I do say so myself. We've got Rest, Sleep, Talk. So Rest can heal it up there. Sleep Talk, you can go for the Steel Beam in your sleep there. And Leftovers to heal yourself so you can actually use the move 3 times before fainting. Next Pokemon's going to be Bishop. Now, there's not a lot I can do here. I don't really want to swap any Pokemon into this either, so I just went for a Steel Beam, took myself out there, and did a pretty good amount of damage to Bishop. I do say so myself. Now, Bishop's going to go for a Night Slash. Obviously, that's not going to do anything because there's no Pokemon on the field. Now, we got Armoroak here. This is a bulky stored power set. So we got Bishop obviously swapping out here. That's not really a nice matchup for it. And we got Cloth coming in. Speaking of the worst shinies, we got the best shiny here. Cloth is one of the best shinies, in my opinion, in the Generation 9. Now, if you haven't seen my best Generation 9 shinies team, make sure you check it out as well there. You can type it in YouTube. You can go to my channel. So PIMPNITE Best Shiny Gen 9 team, go check it out. All right, so we got a Terrify here. The opponent is pretty terrified. I'm going to go for a Calm Mind. So Calm Mind's going to boost my special defense and special attack. So I've got stored power in this. I know that Stone Edge is a 2-hit KO because this is really bulky defensively, and they miss a Stone Miss. I was like, okay, I'm going to go for a Calm Mind again. I may as well, right? So I've got 2 Calm Minds up now. This thing's going to be doing heaps of damage with the with its stored power. Stone Miss misses again, which is really, really unlucky. That would have done a very good amount of damage to me, even with the bulky set. And Cloth is going to get dropped there. The EV spread on my Armoroak was Max Health, Max Defense, Bold Nature. We got Flash Fire as ability, Stored Power, Calm Mind, Lava Plume, Rest, and Chesto Berry as the item. Next Pokemon's going to be Breloom. Obviously, the Breloom was always going to go for a Spore there, but it was really, really bad luck for them that I'm running a bulky set with the Chesto Berry, and I'm going to wake up there, and that is going to be the end of the Egg Sack. So we've got 2 more Pokemon here. The next Pokemon's going to be Goldengo, and unfortunately for them, this Pokemon is going to be weak to Lava Plume too. Since I've got such a bulky set now with those Calm Minds up there, I'm able to eat that Shadow Ball like a snack, and Goldengo is going to get wrecked by the Lava Plume. Lava Plume is on this set so you can burn any physical attackers at the same time and then set up your Calm Minds. Last Pokemon is going to be Bishop the Peckish, and it is going to be, what would Bishop even eat? Anyway, it's going to be eating a Lava Plume there, and that is the end of the battle there. The bulky Cerulege is going to sweep through the last bit of the team, and yeah, that's the end of the battle. Thank you, Twist of the battle. I hope you enjoyed my Armoroak there, sweeping the little egg sack. Next Pokemon here, next battle here we got is, I'm not sure who this is again. So if anyone wants to translate here, you can. This is the random battle I did as well there. So we got Annihilate there clipping into the floor. It's sort of like a normal occurrence style of battles, right? The first Pokemon just appears inside the floor. I wonder if they're ever going to fix that. Surely they will. No, they probably won't. Anyway, so we got a Rage Fist set. I never would have seen that one coming. And unfortunately, I think they had Assault Vest on this set because Goldengo with Steel Beam, that's a no-joke move there. That was actually Max Health, Max Special Attack, Modest Nature. That was the EV spread I run on that. So we're going to bring in the trusty Taurus here, and I'll admit I was a little bit scared the Hydro Pump might fail or fail to take it out on this, but it didn't, thank goodness. So that's the end of that, which is good. Next Pokemon is going to be Pawmite. So not another round of Revival Blessing. I couldn't stand it. So I was like, let's go for Discharge anyway. So we'll go for the Substitute. Why the opponent goes for the Discharge? Sorry, that'd be a cool move to have on Taurus, It would actually add something to its move inventory. So I'm going to take that Discharge, which is fine. So I'm thinking to myself, this is a good opportunity. I can keep going for Substitute here. I actually thought I might get the opportunity why they go for Revival Blessing there. They were really pressing my Taurus here, breaking the sub over and over again. I guess they thought that I was running a competitive set. Maybe they didn't think that after seeing Goldengo, but anyway, I was going for the Substitute over and over again. All I needed was probably 1 special attack boost and Hydro Pump. I was actually contemplating going for the Terrataurus here. Terrataurus! That's amazing! Terrataurus! I've done it again, people. So anyway, I'm I'm going to eat the Staff Berry. And Staff Berry is going to boost my defense. I was like, oh, come on. That's a really, really bad stat because I'm on 2 health. That's, it's not like I'm going to be taking any moves anyway. So anyway, here comes another discharge on my Taurus. I'm like, all right, I've got one more roll of the dice here. Let's go ahead and go for protecting again because Kunshu activates at the end of the turn. So that's why protect is quite nice there. So I'm protecting myself. It's good to use protection, people. And we got the discharge hitting the protection. I didn't mean to do that. Anyway, back to the battle. Let's just forget I said that. So I'm going to go for the little country ability. And guess what, people? Guess what I got? I got another defense boost. You wouldn't read about it. So in my salty rage there, I went for a Hydro Pump. That would have taken, if I got a +2, then that would have actually taken out Paul. I'm actually kind of upset about that. So that's the end of Taurus House. I'm like, this battle's going like horrible. So going to Morsel, I was like, you know what? This person needs a good disrespecting. So let's go for a pound normal gem. This should be enough to take them out. So go for the pound normal gem, and that is the end of Paul. But I hope I sort of hope that my opponent on the other end there playing the game would have laughed at that. I thought got some sort of amusement out of that. Anyway, so in comes the King Gambit. Wow, there's nothing I can do to that. And I'm going to go into Scarlet. So I thought they may go for a steel type move or sucker punch. I was like, let's risk it. We'll go into the Scarlet, and that was a good call there, tanking that Iron Head really good, and that's going to give me a weak armor as well. Now, weak armor is going to boost my speed. I definitely knew they wouldn't stay into this matchup, or they were going to go for Sucker Punch. That was the only thing on my mind. I was like, no, we'll go for Bitter Blade. Let's see what they're going to do here. So they're going to bring in the Gyarados. I was like, okay, Gyarados, that's not all that bad. I can try and use that to my advantage here. So Bitter Blade is obviously not going to do much damage to Gyarados, and it's really not going to heal me too much either. But then I was like, you know what I'm going to do here? I'm going to bait this Gyarados into attacking me. Then the Gyarados had a Quick Claw. I was like, what is going on? So I got the Endure off, right, which is good because I would have got dropped there. Gyarados is going to go for a Waterfall, and I'm going to live on 1 health. Now, this is going to activate my weakness policy, which is great because that means I got a boost there in my attack, and now what I can do, I can actually go for a Terra Astonish. Now, I really, really wanted to go for this right now. I've been waiting like a long time to give this a go. So like, let's see if we can take the Gyarados out. It's funny because when you look at Gyarados, it sort of looks grumpy because it looks like its teeth are going through the bottom of its mouth. Like if you look back a little bit further. Anyway, so here we go. Terra Ghost Astonish. It's coming in hot, people. I'm turning around with that disrespect, and that is how you take out Gyarados and Pokemon with Astonish. You're not going to see this anywhere else, people. Next Pokemon is going to be Garganacl, and there's absolutely nothing I can do to this. Now, a long story short here, my opponent just stalled here because they were getting beaten by Astonish, and they just kept using Curse and Recover, Curse and Recover. I was really, really getting bored here. Then they finally used Salt Cure after a couple of turns. It took me out. I cut out a bit in that matchup because it was just extra boring. I was just stalling and stuff like that, and nobody really finds stall interesting to watch. So that's the end of Scarlet. We're going to bring in Armorog now. Now, I wasn't confident I could take this out, but I was thinking I could do a fair bit of damage to this. So I went for Carmine. I've got 1 boost up there. Now, unfortunately, I'm not running any special attacking EV, so I'm probably going to need another Carmine to try and take this out. But after the Salt Cure damage to my Armrogue there, it's doing a lot of damage. I'm not going to be able to live another one and then the effects of Salt Cure afterwards. So I'm going to have to go for I guess you could say quite a weak stored power here. That's really my only option. So it starts off at 20 base power, and I got 2 boosts there from the Carmine, but it's only 60 base at the moment, so it's not exactly a powerful, hard-hitting move there. So I got some pretty good damage here on the Garganacl, and I'm going to feint there to Salt Cure. If I just had like an opportunity to use like another Carmine, it would have been good there, but I didn't really get that chance. So that's the end of the Armorog there. I've got my Mausol left and 1 other Pokemon remaining. So I've only got 2 left. This is a sweat team too, by the way. They were very, very competitive. So we're going to bring the Baxcalibur here. Now, what I'm going to do is set up the Snow Skate, because I'm pretty sure they've got Body Press, because they've been using Curse before. If I didn't show that, that was what they were doing in this, the big stall fest there. So obviously they're going to go for a Recover there. They've already stalled for like 10 minutes already. We're going to go for the Blizzard. Blizzard does really good damage, they're considering, and now they're going to go for the little Body Press there. I live it thanks to the 1.5 defensive boost I got from the Snow, which is really, really good. This is a sweeping set too, so if I ran this bulky, I would have done that even better. So go for Blizzard here, and Blizzard is going to take out the Garganacl. So no more stalling for the opponent. Unfortunately, they took out a lot of Pokemon during that time, and let's be real, I've only got like a special attacking Bax Caliber and a pound Mouse Hole left, so it isn't exactly a lot to work with. So next Pokemon is going to be Dragonite, and of course it's shiny, and I already know what they're going to do before they even do it. They're going to go for a Terra Normal here. So Terra Normal Dragonite is extremely good. It's very, very competitive and very, very easy to use too. So all you've got to do is go for Terra Normal, and then you can either go for just extreme speed or go for a Dragon Dance there. And it's very, very easy to use, and it's a very, very good Pokemon. Since I'm quite bulky there, and they seem to be running more of a tanky set, I actually managed to live this. Now, unfortunately, my Snow was really, really helping me out here. I was actually living those attacks well, healing off of leftovers and Ice Body, but I knew that it would probably eventually run out here. Plus, the Dragonite also had leftovers on top of it too. I was going for a Freeze Axe. The next hit does a lot of damage there, thanks to none of the multi-scale, and they had Fire Spin too, which is kind of curious, but it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter if you've got Extreme Speed, Splash, Splash, and Splash. Extreme Speed Dragonite is very, very good, so it didn't really matter there. So Dragonite is going to have its leftovers, and all I've got left now is my Mouse Hole, and I don't know if I can take out that the last Pokemon there after Dragonite, but let's go for a pound. And, you know, it does do a fair bit of damage here to the Dragonite. I was hoping for a crit, but it never happened. That is the end of the third battle there against that sweaty team, but I did really, really well. I was quite happy with that battle, and I hope you enjoyed today's video, people. I'll be back with another guide later on. Peace out.